wholesalersclub.com coming at you. I'm Justin Chamness. This is a VIP Friday session. We're all about helping you get to that first deal or that next deal paycheck, guys. That's that hashtag shut up money we're always talking about. And today, I got a couple announcements I want to make. I'm going to be doing a Facebook thing here coming up. I just had a great idea. Somebody shared with me, a one-on-one student of mine. And I was like, you know what? We ought to come out with a little training on this. We're just going to talk about Facebook a lot coming up. We're going to talk about all the ways you can use Facebook. So I'm real stoked about that. But we got Bob Vieira here with us today, too. What's going on, Bob? Are you back in Florida, man, or are you still world traveling? What's going on?
Back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You say you're back?
Okay, perfect. There was like a delay. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of lagging a little bit, man. It's breaking up the signal a little, kind of. But I think I can hear you now. Okay.
Okay. How about now? Am I good with everybody?
No, he's still
okay, let
good.
me try to do it off my phone. I'm on my side. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, brother. No problem, man.
Let me hop back on.
Okay, brother. No problem. No problem. So I want to do maybe next week or the week after, we're going to break down each day a different thing you can do on Facebook. So if you want to do this wholesaling thing using Facebook, I want to spend more time talking about Facebook, doing ads, Facebook paid ads, doing the marketplace listings, doing the marketplace boostings. Okay. Also messaging sellers on Facebook or the for rent properties on Facebook, looking for pretty house deals. Okay. Going to talk about doing, posting in groups like Ryan Garrett shared Saturday. So there's a number of gigs that you can have going on in Facebook right now. And if Facebook was solely the only thing you were doing, really, that's enough. Okay. And there's a lot of people interested in getting their toes in the water on this Facebook stuff. And so I've avoided the Facebook, not doing Facebook. I do Facebook. But I've been avoiding talking about Facebook a lot because, for example, it's multi-leveled. Okay. Like I just shared with you, there's there's posting in groups, there's messaging the marketplace listings that are for rent, looking for sellers. There's doing a Facebook marketplace listing to sell a property deal. There's boosting that listing. There's doing a paid ad, which requires having a business page. And so there's kind of, there's several gigs going on in Facebook. And I've been avoiding talking about it a lot because I didn't really know how to break it down until this morning. It's just like a lightning bolt hit me. Boom, there it is. Just break it down by what's up. Okay, so these are the 5 things that I'm using Facebook for. I could be using them for more in these 5 areas, but these are the 5 things that I'm aware of that are productive with Facebook. Let's just break one down each day. That's kind of what my thought is. So I got that planned, guys. That's VIP event stuff coming up. If you guys want to look forward to something, maybe that'll help you out there. What's going on, everybody? Michael Goolsby, George, Victor, Debbie, Larry, Joe, Aisha, Team Williams is coming on. And we got some folks watching on Facebook in the private VIP club too. I'm thankful for everybody. Bob Vieira, you're back with us, man. What's going on in Bob's world? Bob, you been in what, New Jersey? You have to hit the unmute button now, man. You got to hit that unmute button, brother.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh my God, it's a miracle.
It's beautiful.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, brother. What's going on?
I never did it off my phone before, so it's new. Yeah, I'm back from Pennsylvania visiting some family, so back in Florida.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Why was I thinking New Jersey? I don't know.
Maybe I come off as a Jersey guy. Who knows?
Maybe that's it. Well, so that's a long ass drive from Pennsylvania back down to Florida. I bet you hate the state of Georgia by now, right?
Honestly, man, the drive was pretty fun. It was,
Yeah.
it's nice driving through states. I enjoy it. I make the best out of it. Long time to be in a car, though.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, yes. What is it, 30 hours or something?
A little bit less than that, 20 some, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
If we're counting.
Yeah. If you got to take pee breaks and all that.
Yep.
Grab a burger every now and then.
Yeah.
So, what's cooking, man? I saw you post a few things in the private VIP group. By the way, guys, if you don't know, Bob Vieira, universalshortsales.com. He is our resident short sale expert. So, short sales, guys, is a technique, a strategy that you could employ to make money in the work of real estate, but it's tough. Okay, there's a lot to it. It's time consuming. It takes a long time to pull off a short sale. So I recommend folks getting started doing real estate wholesaling. Don't try to learn short sales. Just get in contact with somebody like Bob, who is an expert at it, that knows what it's like to work with the banks, and just let them do it. And then you get monetized, for sending the referrals that direction. And these are underwater property leads, right, Bob?
Yep. They're underwater, meaning there's no equity for you to wholesale the deal and assign it. So really, you just have to pass on it as a wholesale. There's nothing you could really do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're calling somebody, they're underwater, meaning they owe more than the property's worth, and they're in default. Okay, you will run across these from time to time. All right, meaning they're going to be foreclosed on. And you might be saying in your mind, yeah, well, but what about this? What's it called? Mortgage forbearance. I hear on TV, and
Yeah.
That's probably, nobody's getting evicted, nobody's getting foreclosed on. Wait a minute, that's not necessarily true. Is that true? Is that true in all cases, Bob? Right now, nobody's getting evicted or nobody's getting foreclosed on or any of that.
Not true. It goes state by state. And honestly, just because there are like a lot of mortgage forbearances getting extended, that doesn't mean people don't need to sell quickly and do short sales. So now it definitely, it puts a lot of people's plans on hold. If someone was going to sell and they were a motivated seller, it definitely puts them on hold, because if the bank's letting them stay in their house and not foreclosing, then, it's just buying time. So it definitely affects it, but it's not like it's killing all the deals for sure.
Yeah.
There's still people that need help out there right now.
I was thinking, guys, and I don't want this to sound weird. I don't think it is weird, but for a guy to think in these terms, but I have thought before, if something were to happen to me and I became disabled, or if I was in a situation where I couldn't really do a whole lot physically, and things like this have happened to people. If I were in that situation and I was at home, and what's funny is that we're all kind of at home for the most part now, unless we're working outside the home and we still have a job. Then what I would do is, I think I would just get hooked up with a guy like Bob, who pays $500 every time I send him one of these that he can work with. And then just fill up the pipeline with these, let him do all the work. I would get a default list from PropStream or Automated REI, or a pre-foreclosure list. People that are already over leveraged, I would maybe look at those two, and just start making a few phone calls. That's it. And once I find somebody that's in that situation, build a little rapport with them, introduce them to Bob, bada boom, bada bing. That's it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And something to keep in mind too, like I always like to remind people, I'm just a resource for your leads that are completely dead. I'm not looking to say, hey, send me your profitable lead and I'll make the money from it and then refer it to. No, just the stuff where you can't do anything. It's a potential short sale situation, and you could make money and you could still help the seller. which is most important. That'll feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a message from Bob the other day, everybody. And he was asking me, he said, we've been doing, popping in on your show here on Fridays or Wednesdays or Thursdays. And we've moved him around a few times. And he said, is there anything, are you happy with me coming on? And is there anything more that I could be adding or doing, or you have any ideas of making it more interesting, the 10 minutes or so we do? And, I just said, man, I don't really have any ideas for you. I think you have a great program. We just want to get the word out, he said he had some ideas up his sleeve a little bit, maybe. So I'm curious that if you do have some ideas up your sleeve, I'm interested in seeing which one it is.
Yeah, no. The one thing too, like I want to get suggestions from, like feel free to pop in or like say it to me here, or maybe like shoot me a message, if I could add any kind of value, because I try to make sure the information I put out is relatable to you guys, and if it's, like with like the ebook I have, and I'm working on a couple others and the video content I put out. So I just want to make sure that I'm adding value, to everybody here. So any suggestions from anybody, please, with like the information I put out about the distressed market or anything.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I think you're doing a great job, Bob. We're thankful to have you around the club.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week, dude.
I love being here, man. And I appreciate you having me, and everybody have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. Talk soon. UniversalShortSales.com. Go get registered with them. It's free so that you can start sending leads over there. Okay. That's all I'm asking you to do today, guys. Go to UniversalShortSales.com, get registered with him so you can start sending in these dead leads for free.
Just quick question before he leaves.
It won't cost you nothing. When they work out, he pays you $500.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryad, what's up?
Yeah, I was going to ask Bob does he see these forbearance going into the next year, maybe like first part of next year or first half?
In my opinion, no. Right now, it's so unpredictable. So this whole virus everything's going to be based off of when they get a vaccine. I mean, it's just that simple. And my opinion would be no, but it could happen. But I don't think so. I think the forbearances will last, maybe another month or two, because it's at the point now where, I mean, how much longer can you extend it? But really quick too, since you brought that up, the scary part about it is, for the economy is a lot of the people that got forbearances, a lot of them need extensions. A lot of people aren't coming off of those forbearance plans and starting to pay their mortgage. A vast percentage of those people are actually applying for extensions to their forbearances, which really that's not a good sign. That means a lot of people are struggling to get back on their feet. But that was a long-winded answer. To answer your question, I don't think it'll go all the way into next year. I think it'll end towards the end of this year, and then I think the floodgates are going to open in a lot of markets for, pre-foreclosure leads, foreclosure leads, etc.
Good points. Great question, Ryad. And we all got our fingers crossed. We don't know what's happening. None of us know what's happening. I'll tell you what, a lot of horrible information coming across the tube, right? The internet. We used to call the TV the old boob tube. I don't know why we called it the boob tube, but my dad did. Has anybody else's dad called it the boob tube? I don't know why. I asked him one time. He said because that's all that's on there is boobs. And I don't know if he's talking about boobs or boobs like clowns. Okay, but
he's talking about the first kind.
Probably. I need to ask him this follow-up question 40 years later. Dad, you remember when you said boobs on TV? So a lot of negative stuff. Guys, sometimes you just have to, instead of getting emotionally riled up by this stuff, because it emotionally riles me up too, the fact that Congress can't decide on a stimulus, the fact that they're on vacation again, the fact that they this, that, the other thing, everything out there, craziness. You know what? You have the power to hit that one button, boop, and turn it off and go right back to peace. Okay. I think that's what we need to do, guys. We get worried about this stuff and we conjecture and we speculate. We don't know what's going to happen, but I can tell you what, there's great opportunity in the short sale business, right? Coming up, especially, there's great opportunity in the wholesale business.
Not in Illinois.
Not in Illinois. Tell me about it, Larry. What's happening in Illinois?
Can't do short sales here unless you're an attorney or a realtor.
I don't know much about that. Bob's the universal short sales expert, so he would be the guy to speak on that topic.
Yeah. There's certain states where you have to work under a realtor and or attorney, but it's all about how you structure your contracts. Because if you're just processing documents, it's a different service. But that's not necessarily incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah. Good questions, guys. So if you're calling around, Larry, other places besides Central Illinois, and you run across, those work too for Bob. So Bob does all 50 states. Is that correct? Including Illinois?
Yep.
Okay.
Several in Chicago right now.
Okay. Cool. Chicago. That's where Edward's at.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a small world after all.
Yeah, mighty Chicago.
Man, you guys, I see Chicago in the news every night.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
We are on the news every night.
I ain't seeing you on there though.
No, I'm not with that.
Hey Bob, I love you, man.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna be on the news as soon as I get my shut up money.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Exactly.
All right, guys, have a great weekend.
Have a good one, Bob. We'll see you,
Bob.
man.
I'll be sending you some stuff pretty soon, Bob. Believe me.
Awesome. Can't wait. All right, man.
We'll talk soon, Bob. Thanks, man.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we got Facebook stuff coming up here soon. I'm excited about that. That was Raw Ed's idea. Raw Ed. He's here in the Zoom room. He's there. He is.
Justin, can you answer the question?
Oh yeah. Aisha, I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm sorry. I'd love to. One quick question about Investor Deal Pro. Do you think it is good enough to sign up for it for 1 year up front? They offer it cheaper, I think, is what it is. It's like
it's
a
around $18 something.
Yeah.
It's 1 year plus 1 month.
I've only had it for 2 days.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
My experience with it so far, Aisha, is that it's a good product. I was impressed that I was able to buy it and then pay for the setup, which was $50. I don't believe that's reoccurring. I believe that's a one-time fee. The reoccurring is the $29, which is what I signed up for. And then the upsell, I guess, is you could have done an annual payment and it would have been like, it'd have been like almost half, just a little over half what you'll pay for the full year if you do payments. I didn't do that. So I'm just on the monthly right now. And as far as I know, it's doing really well. I mean, I haven't really spent a lot of time digging through it yet, but I can tell you within an hour or so of having it going, I got 14 leads that were wholesalers and for sale by owners. So I don't know what to do next as far as the machine, it's like getting in the machine and how to tweak it and stuff. I haven't done that, but I know that I got 14 leads, like boom, that fast.
What did they do for you in the setup?
That's a good question. I don't really know what they did for me in the setup other than they set up my Facebook. I mean, I've got websites. In fact, since we're talking about this, let me see if I can just show you. Let me see if I can show you. Yeah, check out your website here. I have never looked at this. Okay. I don't know what it's like or what it has on it. Okay. But this is my website here. This is what they set up. Okay. I've heard that this is easy to customize. There's a button right here at the top that says add a listing. Okay. It seems pretty intuitive, but again, this is the first time I'm looking at it. Let's see what this next one is too. Seller landing page.
Did you pick Phoenix?
No, man. I told
They
him
did that
Kansas
automatically.
City.
Huh.
I told
so
him,
there's got to
yeah,
be a way to tweak it on the inside, I'm sure.
must be. I told him Kansas City, but look at the domain name they chose for me. The subdomain they chose for me is independence.investordealpro.
You could change that though.
Okay, I can change that too. Okay, see,
Yeah.
that's what I've heard, that it's easy to tweak. But as far as I know, what the setup is them putting all of this all of this, I got Facebook on the brain today. all of these web pages together for me. Here's the buyer landing page. I thought that seller landing page looked pretty tight, to be honest with you. I thought it looked good.
Yeah, I use Carrot, and actually their sites do look pretty good, man.
Yeah.
For the price. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, it really does.
Yeah, here's the seller one again. I mean, look at
Yeah, for
that.
29, it's nothing. 3 websites going.
And I'm getting leads.
Mm-hmm.
Like what I want to do is I want to figure out how to fine tune the leads. I don't care that much about the websites personally, but I know some people are all about the websites and stuff. Hey, cool. Okay. But I want to tweak these leads, the lead gen. And so I'm going to have to get in there and watch a few tutorials. I think that's the seller side. This is the buyers. The buyer side looks like a funnel.
By you getting the setup, Justin, you can call them and they'll walk you through everything.
Oh, okay, cool. And by the way, Jerry Smith in VIP had the idea that I asked Jamel. Sorry, guys. Jamel Gibbs, the creator of this, to come on the Shut Up Money show on a Saturday sometime soon. I shot him a message and I didn't get a response. So that means I'm going to have to shoot him another message. And I'm surprised I didn't get a response. I'm going to keep after him. That's my point. So here's the buyer side. Want deep discount properties. Okay, so this is obviously for ugly house wholesaling. If so, then join our real estate investors network now. We'll send you the details. I'm going to click the button. Okay, a form pops up. That's the buyer site that I get. Okay, so all in all, that's the main site. I don't know what this is. I guess my inventory site is what this seems like, an inventory type list. Listing site, and then here is a seller site, which I think looks pretty sexy, to be honest with you. This is a sexy looking site, man. I mean, I don't know what it looks like on mobile, and I can tell you guys, mobile is desperately important. Okay, if this is not mobile optimized, then this ain't worth nothing.
It's mobile. It's mobile.
Okay, cool. I figured it would be. But it looks good on desktop here. And then the mobile, and I say that about mobile because on my website analytics and stuff, 99% of the views of all my website content come from a mobile device. Like very few are desktop anymore. We all buy everything and do everything from our phones. Isn't that wild? If you think about it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That phone. Woo, they got us with that. All right, so that's what that looks like. So long story short, Aisha, to answer your question, I think it seems pretty good. Is it worth buying a whole year subscription? Yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess yes. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really dove into it too much yet, but I'm thinking it looks pretty good.
I think Victor bought the whole year. If I'm not mistaken.
Victor paid for a whole year.
I believe I heard him say that. But
he bought a whole year, and he's got title company access.
Yeah, that's right.
I knew you were gonna go there.
VictorTheBaller.com.
Oh my God. Yeah, I decided to go ahead and do the whole year because it was just the savings is cool. And I really like the platform. So I decided I'll just turn it over to my VA and let her, figure it all out. And, I saw the leads. I get leads every single day. I figure, okay, I'm sure we can, as long as you got leads, right? As long as you got something that you can work with, take the time to figure out how to extract the, you know, the nuggets. And once I tighten up the extraction process, then it's, you know, it's just going to be the VA, you know, just grab these, you know, talk to them, you know, get them over to me as quickly as possible. And like he said, we can search for money guys, we can search for wholesalers for wholesaling deals. So it gives you some options. So I thought it was worth it for me, just to, you know, plus you, like you said, you save $100 and some. I'm good with that.
Yeah. That's worth it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all remember the other night when I bought this on Wednesday night during the VIP, and y'all know how they make you watch the video before you can click the button to purchase it? Y'all remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember how I didn't watch the video? I was just like talking to y'all instead. So I think I missed a bunch of shit, y'all.
Just a little bit.
So I think I need to go back and refresh myself on what this product does completely, because Victor's talking about it doing some stuff I never even heard of yet. I'm like, wow, I'm really loving this thing. I think I bought a dream right here. I don't know. It's ready to happen. But it sounds awesome so far, man. I mean, it's pretty cool what I've seen. I'm stoked about it. I want to get Jamel on the show. I hope he can come on sometime. That'd be pretty tight.
Yeah, the leads go right into your email. Have you seen the leads? Yeah, they're the whole entire, they're the entire ad.
Yeah.
They're the entire ad, graphical.
Let me see if I can find one here. Here we go. You guys seeing this? This is how the lead showed up for me.
Mm-hmm.
And this was
that's it. Yeah, that's the email. Yeah.
This was like within an hour. Okay, so I sent them the information to set it up because I bought the set it up for me deal. And then like an hour later, I got an email saying that it was set up. And then like 20 minutes later, I got this.
Say, Justin.
Yeah.
On your lead, see where it say read more?
Yeah.
Click on read more.
I'm going to click that. That's what I was going to do. You're absolutely right. That pulls up the Craigslist ad. So this actually pulls it up on Craigslist so you can see the pictures, the details, everything. Okay.
Now you get the reply, you get the phone number.
Yep. I wonder why it's not popping up for me. Maybe because my computer's. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah, this one here, they want you to reply by email, it looks like.
Yeah.
Did they put a phone number in the? No. Man, does this house look like a dump or what? It
totally is that in Kansas City? That's a rehab. That's a flipper rehab. It probably need a complete.
Let's see what it says.
3-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,400 square feet of pure hell.
It's a complete fixer-upper.
Complete fixer-upper. Needs everything, including bulldozer. Selling as is. Must be willing to haul off your own debris. What is it?
I think it needs a weed whacker. Oh, that's a fence back there. Okay.
Oh, no, it definitely needs a weed whacker. I agree. Investors, flippers, rehabbers, here's the deal you've been looking for. Oh, my gosh, this is the deal I've been looking for. What's wrong with me? Could easily be converted to a 3-2 or 4-2. Bring your plans and your designers. House is located at 12th and Sandusky in the war zone of KCK. That's exactly where that's at, man.
Oh, you're familiar with the area?
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that area. Yeah.
Are those bullet holes?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there probably are some bullet holes. And I've seen some houses with bullet holes in them. Dude, I'll tell you some crazy stories about wholesaling here in Kansas City. No kidding. Let me click on this next one. It looks pretty. Well, I'll tell you this gruesome story if you want to hear it. I went to go look at this property one day, and the house across the street the night before had been involved in a shootout of some kind. And what had happened is two guys got on opposite sides of that house and fired like AR-15s or something through it. Shot crossfire through that house like this. It was like that house was like Swiss cheese, dog. I can't imagine anybody in there living. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. War zone. This house is not in the war zone though. This house looks nice. Let's see here. This one, $600K though. Overland Park. Man, that's a nice ritzy area. 4-bedroom, 3-bath. Dressed to impress. I don't know what Rev means. Rev, 1.5 story on fully landscaped lot featuring wood beams, blah, blah. I get it. It's nice. Access to private covered deck. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Nice.
listed.
Listed by Shannon Lyon with Reese Nichols. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's actually a house by broker here. See, I wonder if I can get in there and change. That's what I'm talking about. Tweaking the lead flow a little bit.
Mhm.
Tweaking it. I can get in there and do that, right, guys? I haven't gotten in there
Oh,
yet.
I haven't tried it either. But
It's
you know
not
what?
hard.
I tried to pull up my website on my phone. It wouldn't come up. The server couldn't be found or something. I don't know why.
Here's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. I don't know. That's a strange picture. Corner lot, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Very nice home for someone wanting to buy a home to live in. Don't call unless buying for yourself. No realtors. Okay. 25,000. Well, that's in the war zone too. Man.
He snuck up at night and took the picture.
Yeah, it looked like he was afraid to get out of the car.
Right.
This is a nice looking place. 175K. Kansas City, Kansas. Awesome
Kansas City
renovation.
is the only what's the name you set up, Justin?
Yeah, could I have submitted more areas?
Yeah, I submitted 5 or 6 of them.
See, I didn't know that. So I got to go back and tweak some of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I was thinking that too. I was like, man, am I relegated to just one market area, or how's that work? So you can see, guys, this one here is Jerry. I don't know if he's a realtor or not. It doesn't appear to be.
Roll up to the top, it'll tell you.
It's by owner here, it says. So this might be something.
That's a lease option lead.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can set up a campaign for wherever you want.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. So there's some exposure to it. If you know, Aisha was kind of asking about it, what you think, and that's the most honest. That's the most honest review of it you're going to find. I mean, I'm just showing you what it is, and these guys here, they've got more experience with it than me. So, and they're pumped about it.
I've had leads come in that says assignment for contract, real JV. So I'm using it for co-wholesaling too.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to use it for.
Yeah, I saw that too, George.
Co-wholesaling. Yeah, I want to use it for co-wholesaling. So maybe we should have George and Victor and Ed and whoever else is on target with this. Maybe we should do a session where you guys can just share your screens and show us what's up with how you doing it.
Yeah, so you can go in and on the Facebook page, ask a couple of questions on there, and the guy send me out different ads you can use too. Just his name is Joshua Heckler or something like that. Once you go on the Facebook page, you'll see the information sent to him.
Yeah,
so you guys go check that out.
Yeah, they got a Facebook group,
All the
kind
keywords
of like
stuff,
we do, I think, and you can ask questions.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
You
can go in there and check. You can check it out, and
What's the
it'll
guy's
show you the
name?
information.
Yeah, Joshua.
Yes, he sent me the information. You guys can check it out.
Cool.
Keywords and stuff.
So we'll keep visiting on this topic, guys and gals, and we'll let you know more experiences that I have, and I think Victor and Ed and George and Michael will all share their experiences too. And we'll just kind of grow in this one together. It's brand new.
Right.
So none of us really have had time to have experience with it. I can't be an expert at it because I don't, it just now existed. So I'm very excited about it though. And from what I can see so far, it's a class act. I've bought some stuff that wasn't that classy. Trust me.
How are you on Freedom Soft?
Man, I bought Freedom Soft a while ago and I used it for a little while and I canceled it. And here's why. It's an awesome product, but it did way more than I wanted. And it was more expensive than I wanted. Both. So I just got rid of it. Okay. I then eventually migrated over to, that's where I've ended up with automated REI and PropStream, kind of both. But what Freedom Soft was to me, it was just too much. It was like, okay, I don't want to do direct mail. Okay. And they have the automated direct mail stuff cooking. A lot of this stuff I don't think I'll use that much. And I'm paying $197 a month. Plus, I already had Get Response going, and it was my email list building thing. And so I was like, well, do I want to put everything in one basket, or do I want to have separate baskets? I decided to go with separate baskets. So
yeah,
I hope it makes sense.
I actually found a VA that was expert in it. And the thing that I actually like about it is the fact that I could, from the beginning, establish a deal flow and then set it up exactly how I want my deal flow to look.
Yeah.
Like you said, though, it's the learning curve is huge on it because it just does so much stuff.
Hello.
Yeah. It's a CRM and everything. I don't know if that was for me, but that it's I use it as my CRM. You know, the virtual assistant can go in there and put in all the information, you know, anything from a new prospect to a lead that she pulls off. You can, you know, obviously import a bunch of leads and, you know, they can move it around and do a bunch of stuff with it. I can, you know, directly text from it, even though I tend to be partial to texting from Text Magic because the interface is so easy and I see everything on my phone.
Yeah.
But you know, I like it, and what I foresee for it is I will do a little bit of mailing for wholesale stuff down the road. You know, as we start to get into this, you know, bailout massacre that's going to probably come sometime in the second quarter of next year, where you're going to have a whole lot of people that are going to, a whole lot of product I think is going to be on the marketplace. There's not going to be, even though I love lease options and the pretty house thing, you know, I even like the idea of being a pretty house investor type of thing, right? But there's going to be a lot of stuff on there, and so at that point I think I'll start to activate the mailer portion, just to have one more way of, you know, letting these people know that I'm here. And by that time I'll have my a lot more buyers on my team too, with a lot more money to be able to move quickly on these deals. So, you know, that's the vision.
What I liked about it too is what you're saying. I like that. I felt like if I wanted to, I could have my entire business contained inside what Freedom Soft does.
Exactly.
And in a way, I liked it, but I didn't like it. At the time, I remember being kind of broke. And I was like, okay, if I put all my eggs in this $197 basket and then next month I'm tight on it, I lose the entire business.
Yeah.
So that's why I did it. So I recognized when I was doing it though, that this was really everything that I could ever really need.
Yeah.
I feel that way about PropStream though too. Like I totally love PropStream. And I feel like
PropStream, I don't mean to cut you off, but does PropStream have a CRM built in? Because that's the shortcoming I saw. PropStream is that.
Yeah.
It has a huge learning curve, and I found a VA that knows how to do PropStream too, because I was like, it was a daunting task for me. Anyway, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. I think you're right, man, and I don't mind you cutting me off anytime. The CRM I think is the missing ingredient over there at PropStream. But besides that, like the marketing and stuff and the data and everything, like that is pretty much everything I could ever use if I wanted to have it all contained one unit outside of the CRM.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, I still don't do it that way myself. I use several tools, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's good for folks to just pick something to get started with, though.
Yeah. Well, Freedom Software is pretty good. I tried it about a year ago, but like you were saying, it was overwhelming to me. So, I mean, just getting into wholesaling and stuff, I thought it was a little too much for me.
Yeah. Yeah. If I wouldn't have found the VA that knows it backwards and forwards, I would have probably not gone with it. But when I found the VA, and because I know I have a vision of what I want my business to look at, I know how I want to set it up. I know how I want it to work down the road. I know exactly, because I think about it all the time and I write it down and I create, you know, flow charts, all that. But I knew I couldn't do it. I wasn't willing to. I didn't have the time or anything like that. So when I found his VA, I was like ecstatic, and I jumped on her right away. And it's that sounded funny. I jumped on her. No. But
yeah.
Right. We won't show that part on TV. But yeah, so once I saw that she had that skill set and had done it for a number of years, I was like, okay, it's on. And at the price point that I pay her, it's really on.
What was that?
Victor, you using REI Simple?
4?
Victor, are you using REI Simple?
I am not. That's
just
for what, the other stuff that we've talked about. REI Simple, it becomes sort of redundant.
How about you, Justin? Are you using it?
No, I keep it very, very simple, man. I really just use automated REI, PropStream. I use GetResponse as an email blaster. Some people use MailChimp, or Sendinblue is a new one I've heard of now.
That's actually tied to whatchamacallit. That's actually tied to this.
That's why I said it, because I had to sign up for it in order to do the
Victor,
but I already
used it. Are you using?
I'm sorry?
What CRM are you using?
Oh, I'm using FreedomSoft now. I was using a number of different ones. I even had a Podio one kind of built up, but Podio has so many components and each one costs money. I was going to be at $500 a month by the time I had what I was looking for, and I found pretty much all of it, including the websites and my ability to SEO stuff within between Deal Maker Pro or whatever and what is it? FreedomSoft. I found pretty much everything that I needed with those two systems. I still have PropStream because of the data and being able to extract some stuff from there. I might actually pause it for a while though, because I'm paying for it and I'm not using it enough for the price point. But I like what I'm able to do with it. So as soon as I find a VA that really knows PropStream, that's my whole.
Victor, by you being an agent, you have access to the MLS though, right?
I'm not an active agent. I don't even like doing retail real estate. I've had a license for years. I just don't never let it expire. But I cannot stand retail real estate. I'm not that guy to be dealing with first-time home buyers and their emotions and all of that.
Right.
I'm the same way, man. I got an inactive license for years, but I'm not driving nobody around all day.
Nope. We're not doing any of that. None.
You lose.
Yeah.
Get that noise. Huh.
Yeah. And every now and then I do have, like I said, I think I've mentioned this before. I have a broker who, if I do find a deal in my area that I'm able to lock in on and make a commission on, I'll just jump on his license for the deal and pay him $500, and he's ecstatic, retired dude, broker. And he'll just put me on. We'll do the deal. I'll pay all of the, E&O insurances and everything that goes with it, and do the deal and break him off $5, and he's happy as a lark.
Mm-hmm.
Rick wants to know what Aisha is using as a CRM.
or really just everybody, because I've been with Freedom Soft for quite some time as well.
Is that who you're using? You're using Freedom Soft as a CRM, Rick?
Yeah. I mean, it's a white labeled brand of it. I won't get into that because there are several white labels of Freedom Soft, and they're all the same thing. It's just some have a couple extra little things and others don't. But Victor, I think the big difference, I'm paying the 97, he's paying the 197, but really kind of PropStream replaces that other 100 from what I could see, because the other 100 in Freedom Soft is a lead scraper. And it's exactly what PropStream is with a lot of other functionality. So I'm only doing the 97 part of Freedom Soft, and it pretty much does everything except for scrape the leads from what I can see. So
You're
that's
right.
why
That's a boom right there, because I was thinking the exact same thing, Rick. I was thinking about splitting them off like that and making that 200 go a lot further. And
that's what I did.
Extra.
Because I've had them for a while, and I had them both, and I started comparing it, and I'm like, well, PropStream's already doing this and then some. So I just backed down to the 97 with Freedom Soft and kept PropStream. There's the 200. You kind of got the best of both worlds, and I really don't need anything else, but except I do like Text Magic. I've been using them for a very long time.
Love Text Magic.
But that's my 2 cents.
Rick brought the money shot.
Oh, sorry.
No, man, I'm sorry. I was just being silly, but I was saying he's got the money shot today.
Yeah. And he's right. Actually, he's the one who turned me on, because I had called him about, some different ones. And so I did some research on a few different programs, including REI Simple, Jerry. And, for what I was looking for, especially long-term, because Freedom Soft does have a white label option. And at some point, if I decide to go the guru route like Justin, I may actually, want to create my.
What's a white label route?
Well, you can design it and brand it for yourself.
Why is it got to be white?
Basically, a white label.
Well, I thought that was
Did
great.
somebody mention? I was on a call and I missed it, but did somebody mention REI Simple before? Was that Larry?
Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry.
Or Jerry, I'm sorry.
I have REI Simple.
That's okay. So that is Freedom Soft. That is a white labeled version of Freedom Soft. So you have everything as well.
Yeah, but it's a little. Joe McCall has it a little complicated.
No, it's complicated. Period.
It's not a no. Trust me. If you need a
Jerry, you follow Joe McCall then, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I didn't decide to white label anything, guys, with this coaching stuff.
This is good stuff.
Because I could have went the same route as Joe McCall and be selling y'all Freedom Soft and calling it
REI Simple,
Justin's Lease Options, or whatever I want to. Put my label on it, call it, make you think it's mine. The reason I didn't is because this shit changes so much. Okay, I mean, like, for real. Freedom Soft has changed a lot, as far as I understand. I mean, it was bought by somebody else. Rob Swanson owns it now.
Yeah, he bought it from Preston Ely.
I think he's made some changes and tweaks to it to improve it, and so on and so forth. And then there's other businesses and CRMs and marketing stuff that doesn't even exist anymore. And I was like, what, why would I tie my wagon to one deal and tell everybody, hey, this is how you set up your business? All right. I just felt like that was just a weak thing for me to do. And so I didn't want to do that. Does that make sense where I'm coming from on that? Or
it absolutely makes sense. In fact, one of the reasons I did go with Freedom Soft was the length of time in the marketplace and the support. Because a lot of the other stuff that I had been using, it was like, I had to, I had mentioned to you guys about another system I was using. I won't throw them under the bus, but I sent out a support ticket. Look, I know Justin is throw them.
Come on. Blood and guts, man. That's why we watch this show.
That's why we watch. Yeah. But I sent out a support ticket. 3 weeks later, I still didn't have a response for the support. Cancel.
Fired.
Download all my stuff and cancel, because it's like, if you can't get support. And so one of the things that I really like about Freedom Soft, and probably especially on the upfront, Rick, and you were referring to the price point, and I could go down to half of that, but you also get less support where you're now having to do like emails and stuff like that. And for the first year, for me, it's worth it to make sure that I get all the support I need until my system is up and running the way I want it to be. So I was willing to pay that extra money just to make sure that if something breaks, I can get a response to it immediately rather than waiting for an email to be responded to. So that was my thinking process.
It's hugely important.
So
Victor, how do we know not to use that one if you don't throw them under the bus?
Look at Debbie.
You gotta.
No, it's a push button auto marketer by Joe Crump.
Damn.
Yeah, I hate to throw him under the bus, but the support just wasn't there, and I was waiting too long, and I was hemmed up, and
Dude.
you can't run a business like that, and that really just pissed me off, and I'm like I'm done. It's funny, the day I canceled, they charged my card.
Oh, jeez.
It's okay. It's okay. They responded right away and put it right back in as soon as I contacted them. It was no big deal. I think it was just a software glitch because they're on like an auto system.
So Victor, you're saying that FreedomSoft is much better than REI Simple as far as to work.
No, they're exactly the same thing. REI Simple is FreedomSoft with another face put on it.
Right, it's just a different name.
Yeah,
well,
right.
A different name and a different
customized
format. He set it up the way he wanted it to work, as far as because he uses it and it's focused on lease options.
Right.
So he has his lease option contracts and he has all of that stuff in REI Simple. So what he did is he put it on top of the FreedomSoft platform, but it's FreedomSoft. It's just he has a different look and he has a different deal flow. But you can go in, if you had your deal flow, you can go in and create a deal flow. You can pay for white labeling it and make it Jerry's.
I'm actually thinking about that. I've been thinking about that for about a month now. Actually hiring some guy and white labor and make it the way I want.
Yeah. You can hire somebody to make it the way you want. And you don't need to do white label until you're ready to put it out as a product that you're promoting, Jerry's
make money off of
type thing.
Well, actually, I figured once I finished with it, I would sell it to Justin.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll be your first subscriber, Jerry.
Right. And then we'll do a training and break it all down and we'll purchase it, everything.
Actually, I'm seriously thinking about it.
That sounds cool.
Quick question, Victor, are you using either FreedomSoft or PropStream's landing page, webpage things?
Yeah, they do all that too, right? I mean, it's like literally like everything you could possibly need, right?
So you have your get response that you use for that, right, Justin?
I'm sorry, say that again, Debbie. I didn't hear you.
You use your get response for yours, right?
Yeah. See, I use get response for my email blasting and all that stuff, and my landing pages too, and all that. So I was already doing that when I found FreedomSoft. So for me to move was like it was a huge risk. I felt like.
Yeah.
I was just curious how FreedomSoft versus PropStreams might be, if anybody knows.
I can speak up on that.
I think FreedomSoft is better.
So he would be the one.
I've had both for a while, and actually PropStream's websites that you can attach to a campaign is a lot easier to create and make adjustments to. For me, I do not use FreedomSoft's website at all. I still do actually use Carrot because I've had them for a while. And I just create multiple landing pages with Carrot all under one account. And I like them the best out of everything. That's my personal opinion right now. But
that's right. Okay.
Just from playing with them both, I do think that PropStream's websites just seem to be better, or not better, but really easier for me anyway, compared to FreedomSoft's. But that's just my 2 cents.
Thank you.
That's great 2 cents, dude.
Yeah, that's a great 2 cents.
Rick.
Yeah,
golly.
I talked to you the other day, right, Justin? And you were doing websites. I don't do websites. Like I have the creativity, like I can vision it, but I cannot stand doing the work of creating a website at all, period. That's definitely VA material for me. Yeah. So I don't really care what the websites work like as long as the VA knows how to do it.
Well, a lot of these are cut and paste kind of stuff nowadays, right? So I change my mind a lot. Okay, that's why I don't use a VA to build my websites. One, I kind of enjoy it, and two, I change my mind a lot. I will fix it the way I like it, and then 10 minutes later, I'll be reloading the computer because I'm like, you know what? I
want to move that there.
I should have put
colors.
Yeah, I'm colorblind too, horribly colorblind. So I only really see bright colors, and it's like so like you can see the backgrounds it's always like Fruit Loops and shit.
That explains everything.
My socks my socks don't match. Like I've got real personal problems going on here, guys.
Right.
And
yeah, I enjoy doing the website stuff too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I have to go in and change it up because I'm like, okay, well, that color red doesn't match this color of pink or whatever it is. And if I had a VA, I would just be wearing his ass out. I'd be like, change this, like every 5 seconds.
Yeah. Hey, Justin, has anybody ever heard of, what's name sent me? He was trying to get me to try. It's called the M5 lead machine by Cody Sperger.
Yeah, I had that before too. I've tried them all, man. I've been around for a long time. So yeah, I actually went to Cody's boot camp. I think it was 2017 or something. I went to his boot camp, and it was a pitch fest. I didn't like any of the guys. I didn't really even bond with Cody that much. He was playing the grand guru all the time about like he was just overseeing everything, and it was just like so unattached, right? It was like going to see Thad Merrill and his bunch of jokers.
right
Yeah.
So I didn't really get into it, but I did like M5 a lot. I liked it.
I got a friend that got the M5, and he gave me his password and everything. He said he don't use it. He said I can have it, use it.
Yeah, I actually have a lifetime subscription to the M5.
Do you?
But they also did some changes to the M5, and he sent me an email or something, but I was so beyond it. I'll have to search for the email even, but he's something about not being able to use their websites in some particular way. I didn't care because I wasn't using them anyway.
Right.
I was thinking about
Merrill's. Anybody know anything about Real Flow?
There's so many stuff like
another system, another white label.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, guys. Yesterday, in fact, we are enjoying this week for whatever reason as a club talking a lot about these other systems and programs and platforms. And maybe I started that by jumping into this Investor Deal Pro with everybody watching me and everything. But and I don't regret that. I think that's a great thing. But my thought is how Sam's Club, like you get bulk, but you get it cheaper, like Costco, you get it bulk, but you get what if we used our collective buying power to buy some of these things just to see what the hell it is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put in a few dollars a piece and test drive it. Is that what you said?
Yeah. And then break it down here in front of everybody and be like, hey, is this something we could use? Something we don't want? What is this? Throw it away, keep it. Hey, everybody goes, buys it. Nobody buys it, whatever.
Yeah. 6 months from now, we could have something that everybody is really able to plug into and use. And everybody would also be able to help everybody else with it because we'd all be kind of, driving down the same road. That would actually be that's actually brilliant, man.
Yeah. And then I think we could even put it on YouTube and people that aren't in the club will find us and be like, hey, that's something I want to be a part of because these guys are tearing it apart,
Yeah.
Then want to come to the club.
Yeah, you can find everything that's synergistic, everything that works together, and we can even show, this is how you can optimize your websites. This is how you can, within this particular structure.
I like it. I like it. It's a great idea. So let's keep that in mind. Let's talk about maybe what we might do, what we might pull the trigger on. And right now we're doing Investor Deal Pro, but we can do some others. But I think it's a cool idea.
That is.
And then we got Facebook coming up, where I'm going to talk about Facebook. We got a lot of great, awesome stuff going on here in the VIP.
Have you tried what's his name? The Facebook guy that you brought on
the
Saturday?
Ryan Garrett.
Ryan Garrett. Have you done it? And what is his stuff primarily focused on? Is it on getting wholesale deals, getting wholesale JV? Well, what is the thrust of it, or is it basically just Facebook presence / deal mining?
He's looking for motivated seller leads.
Got it.
As far as I understand it, and what he's doing is he's teaching a very, very simple process of going and joining up local community groups, like yard sale groups, community awareness, crime watch, whatever it is, where people just are in the communities. These are small time community group pages. And so he goes on them groups, joins them up, and about 10 or 11 a day, that's all he does. 10 or 11 a day, he'll go in and post, hey, I'm looking to buy a house. Anybody know anybody that needs to sell? I'd like to have a great deal, whatever, contact me. And he's like, man, just doing those small community groups 10 or 11 times a day will get you massive exposure, and you'll get leads that no one else is getting. And I'm like,
that sounds like the VA job.
Ooh, it sounds like a VA job.
That's what I know he has a part where he's talking about doing free stuff on Facebook. That must be what he was talking about.
Well, he has his program, and then he has a done for you, which I'm all about the done for you. Give it to the VA to do.
Yeah, that's $500 though, right?
It's $449 with the Justin Chambliss discount. We winning with you, baby. We winning with
just
you.
Like it pays to be in the VIP. Like it's paid for itself, right there.
I do. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that's $600 a year you put in our pocket, bro.
Boom. That's it. That's it.
A lot of these programs is hard to use for a start out investment because you ain't got the capital.
Well, not only that, but it's also a time thing, right? If you're trying to figure out all these programs, all these systems at once, you only got 24 hours.
When
right?
do you wholesale houses?
You got to talk. You got to talk to people on the phone. You got so much stuff. Unless you have a VA structure, you just ain't gonna have the time, and you're gonna find yourself 3 months later having paid for 3 months and not done anything with the system. Ask me how I know that.
Guilty as charged.
Right,
dude. I mean, seriously, I was sitting there looking at FreedomSoft for the second or third month, and I was going, "What in the hell?" I still don't know. I still don't know what the hell this thing does. It's just like so complex. I'm just gonna turn it off.
Yeah. And those are monies that you could be using, to move towards your highest and best use, which is getting strong leads and talking to people on the phone. Everything else is just fluff, and you'll just be wasting your time, making a bunch of websites, doing a bunch of stuff. I'm big on the done for you. And now, with Justin's training and everything, the VA systems and like I told you guys, I brought on, it's not an agency, but they manage all of the VA stuff for me. So I only talk to one person to get everything done. That structure really, really works for me.
How much is that?
It was, I don't want to throw his prices out there, but I know he normally charges like $5,000, but I wasn't willing to pay that. So I negotiated that down quite a bit.
Right. Okay.
Plus I already had everything in place. I already knew what I was going to do. If you were a newbie, it might pay to do that because then they'll do the workout for you and give you a lot of stuff. But if you know what you're doing, you know what your flow is going to be, you know where you want to take your business, then, you know, you negotiate that down. Look, I don't need you to do this, or this, you know, let's talk about a price for just the parts that I need, you know, like every other negotiation, right? So it really worked out good for me because I didn't have the time, you know. You guys know I help a lot of people make phone calls and do deals, and I partner with the people that I do that with. So I get a lot of stuff on my desk that I have to work with, right? So I'm do more phone work than I do anything. So for me, it's worth it. I use the money to pay for, you know, the help.
Yeah.
And my vision is down the road to be able to just, you know, basically just close deals and not worry about that, you know, have somebody that I trust doing my SEO. I think SEO is huge. I think Facebook is huge. And I think that they're going to be the primary sources because they're inexpensive and they produce massive results.
Well said. Well said. You know, that's the thing too, guys. We got to be careful with shiny object syndrome. Okay. Because it's all about getting leads. Doesn't matter where they come from. Okay. Facebook, FreedomSoft, PropStream, Automated REI. I don't give, you know, pick up the computer and go to Craigslist and just start scrolling through. Okay. Wherever they come from, you must have leads. And you must give good phone. There's no way around it. There's no platform you're going to get out there that gets you around that. So we got to be careful too. I love talking about this stuff and it's fun, but we got to be also just a warning, be careful. Be careful.
Right. With what we teach with the gut system and doing great phone, and you know Justin is on here, you know, 5 days a week outside the time that I'm on there. But even then he's on there in the evening, so he's constantly, you know, teaching about giving good phone. And I was talking to one person who wanted to get my help with it, and they were low on budget. I'm like, even if you just went on free Craigslist and free Zillow and did your search effectively, you'd have enough calls to make, you know, and especially if you have any skill at all with a spreadsheet, if you can do some Excel and just copy paste, sort data, call.
Yeah.
You would have a system.
Exactly. Great advice.
You can get started without putting money out or much.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like this. I didn't need to get all the programs. I just needed to get me leads and then learn the gut system. I'm flying.
Yeah.
Cooking with grease.
Kimberly Lawler here in the chat has asked a few questions, and I'm going to answer them real quick for you, Kimberly. How is Investor Deal Pro? If I purchase this, would I still need PropStream? We talked about this a lot already. Chances are, if you're trying to be full time, you're going to need both because they do a little bit separate things, in my opinion. Okay, but you can go back and watch a little bit of what we talked about today. We talked a lot about that. Yes, we like you sharing with YouTube. What will you be talking about tomorrow? Tomorrow's Q&A day. No guests or nothing. Okay, so bring your questions. We might do some role playing. We might even call a seller lead or something if somebody's got one. Thank you for sharing. Justin, would you mind answering my questions? Okay, there you go. I hope that helps, Kimberly. Guys, we're going to wrap up here, but do you guys sense the club is changing? The group is changing. It's growing and it's morphing a little bit. And because of that, there are some people that are kind of coming to the surface and really showing their value and their skills and their knowledge and wisdom, okay, on the topics of real estate wholesaling, pretty house, ugly house, having a business that you start and run and organize, virtual assistants, all these topics. One of those guys is Victor. Awesome guy. He adds a lot of value to the club here. Another guy is there's several. I'm not going to name them all, but another guy is Arturo. Arturo, you guys, he comes in as Ace. Super ninja. He's killing it. Next Friday, he's going to do the show because he's going to show his last 5 deals that he just closed.
Wow, awesome.
Way to go,
He's
Arturo.
he's gonna show us, and he's gonna let y'all ask questions about how these deals came together and what he had to do to make them work. And some of them are a little complicated. Some of them are owner finance and some things like this. So
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It'll stretch us. You know,
What city is Ace in?
Texas
he's in
somewhere.
he's in
He's in
Texas,
Texas.
Houston, Texas. I think it is. I think he's in
Maybe
Houston.
wherever he is, he's safe from the hurricane because I texted him to find out. I'm not sure where though.
I might have to get with him because I got some family in Texas, and I've been thinking about marketing in Texas.
Yeah, we have several people from Texas in the club, and so it'll be good for that. But also good. I think the point I'm getting at too is it'll be good for us to hear from one another and successes that we're having together. And individually. So you're going to start seeing that more and more in the club. I'm going to be having other people do some things and share some things because why? Because they deserve it, man. These guys they know what they're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I get tired of hearing myself say the same fucking thing over and over. These guys are fresh, you know? So, I'm sorry. I don't mean that to sound negative, guys.
No.
I love being here at the club and I love doing these every day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good when other people can come in and really bring in some value. Guys that are our peers here. Yeah. These are guys in the club with us. So come prepared for that, guys. And also be prepared too, that as you grow and develop, I'm going to be pulling on you a little bit. Say, hey, you know, share this. Will you share that? Will you show us this? Okay. This is a club. This is us.
Maybe we get George to do a show. He'd be pretty busy.
I think George should do a show on he should do one on Investor Deal Pro and show us how it works and how he's got it all set up and stuff. I think that would be killer.
Oh yeah, that would be.
Let me share something that that I actually got from Justin real quick. I know we're running over time, but I had a deal that I was doing, the point of this story is going to be about when we do guts. And, when I do my Wednesday class, I'm always talking, and Justin does too, about the relationship and building the relationship. And Justin shared a story about how he knew everything about this woman's life and everything. Remember when he shared that whole deal with us before? So I had this guy, and the deal, I got an email from escrow because I had opened up an escrow. I got an email from escrow on the day that it was supposed to close. And I wasn't even nowhere near closing. Like I didn't have a buyer or anything for the guy. This happened yesterday. And I'm like, oh shit. So because I had done a job of building the relationship with the guy, I called him back up, right? And I'm like, I don't want to lose this deal. I like the property. I like I even liked it for myself as an investment, right? So, I talked to him. He started telling me about his daughter getting married because he was mad because his daughter chose 2 days after his birthday. So she's stepping all on his birthday, right? So I know all of this stuff, right? So I said, why don't I do this? Why don't, if I because it's a lot of equity in the property. I said, why don't we do this? How much do you need for your to handle your daughter's situation and put some money in, ready for your birthday? He said, I could use about $3,000. No, make it $5,000. He just said it just like that. If I could get $5,000, I'll say, okay, if I give you $5,000, you'll carry back the financing on the deal for me, and I'll take and I'll be able to take advantage of the equity and stuff when I sell. He's like, I could go with that. He's like, yeah, you gave me the 5,000. You solved this problem because immediately I saw you had a problem. You needed 5,000 for his daughter's wedding. He does not want to not show up for his daughter's wedding, right? Yeah. Like I know that's a big deal for men, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'll handle that problem for you. You carry back the financing on a note. And you give me some time, and we're gonna lock in the price. And anything that I can sell it above that, that's gonna be just profit for me. You okay with that?
Cool. Absolutely.
Good, man.
Yeah. So just when you guys are in these role plays, listen to all the ancillary stuff. But the most important thing I want to share was the relationship. Just like Justin was talking about it. Remember, his deal came together because of the relationship. Yeah. The numbers you can figure out.
Yep.
I just want
So
to
important, so cool.
Is anyone doing any land deals?
Raw land, vacant land?
Yeah.
Not me. Not
me
me.
neither. I get them all the time, but I don't know that, and I don't have time to put another learning. I can't do another learning curve right now.
Yeah, yeah. There's some guys that make a healthy living out of it, though, Jerry. I will tell you that, but I'm not one of them. I don't do it. Yeah.
Jack Bosch does a lot of. Jack Bosch is a land guy. Him and his wife. They just did a Facebook training on it, you know, and then started asking for like $30,000.
How much do it usually cost to demo a property?
How much does it cost to tear one down?
Yeah.
Not as much as it costs to haul off all the shit.
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah, the hauling and dumping is the most expensive part. Yeah, he's right.
I'm talking to a guy in Tennessee. Talked to him yesterday. I started talking to him about the house, okay? And Victor, I thought about having you to see if you could close this guy. We started talking about the house. Then he started telling me the only way he would sell it to me if I would quit claim this house over, because he didn't want an investor to come in and make $50,000 off. The house has been in his family for 40 years or 30 years, whatever. So I talked to him and he started telling me, well, 3 of my neighbors, they quit claim their houses, okay? And I don't want to sell this house to somebody and they bring in an investor and he fix it up. And then he's concerned about after he sells the house, who moves into the house, because he don't want to come back to the neighborhood and his neighbors are pissed off at him. So I ended up talking to this guy. I must have talked to him for 20 minutes, okay? And before he just wanted to talk. And so I just kept talking and build that relationship. And then before I got off the phone with him, I asked him, well, do you have any other properties that you would want to sell? And then he brought up that, well, I got 23 acres of land that he wants $60,000 for, okay? But he don't want to sell the land until after the crops are in, okay? Because right now he's got the land leased out. So I was thinking about, if I don't get the house from him, is to market the land, okay? Because he's not gonna sell it to the fall, and that would give me a chance. What the hell, just market it. If I get a buyer, fine. If not, I got experience, That's the way I sort of looked at that. What's your thought, Victor?
I would find out the value, especially the value when it's cropped. Like if you can get a hold of the guy who's harvesting it right now, you'll be able to get a lot of information about the value on that land and how much it's worth to that person. He may actually end up being your buyer.
Yeah.
Because if I would talk to him first, that'd be my first move, is try to get a hold of this guy who's doing it and talk to him as if you're somebody who's also considering buying similar land and doing similar things to him. You know what I mean? And kind of, get a lay of the land. I'm brand new, can you kind of, how much does this produce or whatever? And if this land was yours, how much would you pay for it? Really? 90,000? Oh, okay. You just made $30,000.
Okay.
Yep.
So I could not get pictures of the inside of the house. And it needs some work. So I asked him to send me pictures, and he said, I don't know how to work the phone and take the picture. So I said, well, you could get a kid in the neighborhood to do that. So I'm going to talk to him again and see if we could possibly get pictures of the inside of the house.
Yeah, ask him if he has any grandkids or nephews or whatever. There's some youngster in there that could probably get it done for him. You on track with that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Stay in the saddle with him, Jerry. Stay in the saddle.
Yeah. I'm going to do that. And I was on the phone with this guy for maybe 20 minutes or more, maybe a little longer, but I build that relationship now, you know? And so I'm going to go back now. I'm going to go back and talk.
Good.
Yeah. What's his motivation range?
The land?
No, as far as, is he motivated to sell it or what?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Does he have anything coming up, like a timeline, a date, an event, an occasion that he needs to be ready for? Do you have something that you can press?
Well, he doesn't have a date. It's an inherited property. His mom, and he wants to get the money from this property to pay off another property. And he sort of want to, this was his mom's dream for him to do this, okay? But my thing was when he started talking about, well, the quick claim, and I didn't want to do a quick claim. And then the next thing where he's talking about, like, he's worried about what his neighbor's going to think, you know, if the wrong people move in, you know, he wants to protect the neighbors. Okay. So there's a lot of sentimental values there, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Michael Gooseby must be driving for dollars.
He's been driving the whole
No,
time.
Ed, I'm not driving for dollars.
Where you going? Like the next state? You've been driving the whole time.
Go over to Albany, Mike.
I'm
Hey,
driving
Jerry.
to California.
Come on, baby. I'm ready for you.
Come hang out with you and Rick.
Come on, man. We got you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jerry, everything is negotiable, man.
Right.
So he doesn't want to do anything until after that cropper is done with his cropping. And that's okay. You could do a deal with a contingency that nothing happens, nothing closes until that lease expires this fall. Or you could set it up where it closes, but he maintains that rental until his expired lease. There's a lot of things you can do to solve his problem today and still allow that cropper to come on the property. That's not a deal killer.
Right. And I asked this guy, I said, well, what you going to do if the house doesn't sell? And he came, well, I'll just give it to my son.
Oh, okay.
Well, why don't you just give it to him now?
Yeah.
Well, if I can't get the house, I'm going to try to do the land. So that's the way I'm going to look at it.
You said that he's worried about the neighbors. Did you talk to him about lease option and see if you could work in that? Well, you'd know who was moving in.
Yeah,
you could get to approve them.
I did.
That's a thought.
Okay, but he's just so old school that.
Yeah, I've dealt with these kind of lot.
Yeah, you might stay in the saddle with that guy and see what happens. Like you said, you built a good relationship with him. That's the first part. He likes you, he trusts you. Cool.
Yeah. That's the key right there. You're now his guy, and as long as you keep bringing value, you're gonna close this deal at some point. As long as like you're doing what you're doing now. Talk to Justin, talk to me, whoever, to help you structure a deal that makes sense. I agree with Justin.
You must be driving for dollars.
Right.
I agree with Justin in terms of trying to get it under contract though, and make the contract contingent on time.
Right.
Yeah.
That'll protect you more.
Even if it's just a straight option.
Right.
No lease option, just an option to purchase.
Yeah.
Just an option to purchase. Yep. That's all. That would be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Great discussion, guys. We've gone extra long today. I appreciate your patience and your participation, everybody. I love you. I'm glad you're here. And everybody that's out there in the world that wants to be a part, why aren't you? Well, one of these days I'm going to join the VIP club. Well, if not now, when? One of these days, well, we know how that works, guys. There's no better time than now to start doing something for your future. That's exactly, you don't need me to tell you that. You already know that. Everybody here in the VIP club knows that, and they're men and women of action. And you can hear that in the sound of their voice. We are hungry, and we are sharpening each other up, and we're doing something here. And I'm proud of every one of you. And I thank you for being here. You mean a lot to me. Anybody got anything else they need to share before we call it off for today?
No, I think it's time to go to work now.
Yeah, I was going to say, time to get that setup money now.
It's follow-up Friday. Follow-up Friday.
Yeah.
It's follow-up Friday for #free houses. Okay?
There you go.
All right. We'll see you guys in the morning.